Hey there, I'm Alan Matthews from Classical Guitar Shed, and in this video we're going to be looking at triplets. What are they, how to practice them, how to count them, all about triplets. Let's do it. So in contrast to triplets, what we generally have are quarter notes, we have eighth notes, so 2 eighth notes equal 1 quarter note equals 4 sixteenths. And so when we have this, we're dividing things by 2, or we're multiplying by 2, so that these are metrically, they're half. And so this is called duple feel. So this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4. Everything is split in half. Well, triplets, on the other hand, are by 3. So we have a quarter note, and then we can go into 3 eighth notes with a little 3 over it, and that means that we divide it by 3. So instead of 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, now we have 1 triplet, 2, 1 2 3 1, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 1 triplet. So we split the beat into 3 equal portions instead of 2 equal portions, and this is called triple feel. So officially, the way to count triplets is either generally triplet, triplet, that's one way to do it. Or if you're counting numbers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you can go 1 triplet, 2 triplet. And so that way you have 3 equal syllables with your mouth to do it. There are probably other ways, but those are both correct. They're both widely used, and you can choose one. If having 2 confuses you, then just pick one and go with that. No problem. So here we have some exercises here. This is one way that you can practice your triplets. So first, get a steady beat going. Use a metronome. I'm not going to use one here, but use one. Put it nice and slow. And then just practice going triplet, triplet, and then back. Triplet, triplet, boom. Triplet, boom. Triplet, boom. So you can practice going back and forth between quarters and triplets. Once you've gotten that, you can go to combining triplets with eighth notes. And so here, this is one way. You can get this sheet. There's a link below. That you can practice going back and forth between quarters and eighths and quarters and triplets. So which is what we have right here. Quarters and eighths, then quarters and triplets, quarters and eighths, quarters and triplets. So you have 1 and 2 and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 and 2 and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1, back and forth, and then go from actually the eighths to the triplet. So 1 and 2 and triplet, 2 and so that you're going back and forth between triplets and eighth notes, and that skill of doing that you're going to need it in tons and tons of music to be able to go back and forth between triplets and eighth notes. And again, you can go from eighth notes to 16th notes, back to eighth notes to triplets if you'd like to, whatever makes it easiest to wrap your head around it. But here we have 1 and 2 E and 1 triplet, 2 E and 1 and triplet, 1 E and a triplet. Going back and forth between 16th notes and triplets and eighth notes and triplets. This is how they occur in music. You can also find quarter note triplets and half note triplets, but that's for another video, how to count those. So I hope you have enjoyed this foray into triplets. Whenever you are, last tip, whenever you're looking at a piece of music and you're trying to figure out how to count it, one of the best things you can do is like this, just to figure out first and foremost, where are the beats? This is a full beat, this is a full beat, this is a full beat, this is a full beat. Once you know where your beats are, then you can say, okay, how many notes are within that beat? And then you can say, how do I count this beat? Then how do I count this beat? 2 Iana. Then how do I count this beat? 1 triplet. So you can just go beat by beat and figure it out, and then you can put them together. So if you see this big page full of crazy rhythms, then the very first thing is split it up into beats. Because once you have a beat, then you can say, is it duple? Is it triple? How do I count it? What kind of notes are in there and how do I count it? Then you can add it into the full measure, 1 beat at a time. Hope that helps your triplet playing. Best of luck to you in all of your endeavors. I'll see you soon. Bye.